Kilo Bravo 2, Juliet Mike.
Roger, Roger, Juliet Mike. What's the name there?
Roger, Roger, Juliet Mike. What's the name there? Roger, Roger. The name here is Jim, Juliet India Mike, and the call is Kilo Bravo 2, Juliet Mike, located in western New York, 20 miles east of Niagara Falls. And I just stumbled across you this afternoon, and that's pretty interesting. So my audio will be up on YouTube in a number of days. Is that correct? Over.
Roger, usually by noon tomorrow. We try to get it up there by noon. Roger, Roger.
Noon tomorrow. We try to get it up there by noon. Roger, Roger. Okay, very good. Very good. All right, thank you very much.
Yes, sir. Well, now, it's going to cost you. Do you have a radio story that you might give us for our efforts? A
radio story? Is that what you want?
Yeah, everybody's got a million radio stories. We just, your audio sounds so good, I'd love for you to give me about 30, 40, 50 seconds on a little radio story so we can get a little bit more of your audio recorded.
Okay. I guess the one story that immediately comes to mind is my nephew, who was only a year younger than me. He and I got licensed together, and we did a lot of operating together. And unfortunately, he passed away several years ago from lung cancer, and so I miss him quite a bit. And that's a sad story, but being off the cuff, that's the quickest one that I could come up with. But I have to give him a lot of credit for getting me interested and keeping me interested in the sport here of amateur radio.
Roger, Roger. Well, we all have our Elmers. That's one of the things about ham radio that is so unique. No other hobby, I think, has quite an extensive and Elmer program as ham radio, Roger.
Roger. So, are you fairly happy with the way the radio is set up here?
Oh, yes, sir. Yes, sir. Well, I wouldn't change a thing. Well, I have this thing about the top end. I always prefer a couple of more clicks of treble EQ just to help along the way. You know, we never have absolutely perfect conditions. There's always some degradation to the signal, and so a little more top end articulation always seems to me to be in vogue when you're fighting 2 dB above somebody's noise level, or you got 7 stations on top of you. You know, the more articulation your audio has, the easier it is for them to understand. I think the better off we are.
Okay. All right. Well, that's understandable. And that's all the way to the top on treble. That's +5 on treble. And the bass is down to a -2, a -2.
Roger, Roger. And like I say, I'm copying you on Milford, and Milford, as so many SDRs, does roll out at about 250 cycles. It does not go down too flat. There is one that does, Arlington. The Arlington SDR seems to go down to 100 cycles, so I use that quite often, and it does a really good job, Roger. Roger. Okay, very good. Well, Jim, I really appreciate the time you spent with me and helping me learn a little bit more about the radio and getting it set up properly. I don't want to be selfish here, and if there's anyone else that wants to get in here, maybe we had better let them do that, Roger. Roger, appreciate it, sir. You have a good afternoon and a beautiful weekend. 73 up there way in New York, and like I say, we'll have this uploaded to YouTube, and probably by noon tomorrow. That's usually our goal, and so we'll hopefully stick to this. So 73, have a great afternoon, beautiful weekend. This is KC9VKV, the Friday afternoon Qso-Vlog net. If you have a radio you want to check out, give me a shout.
Give me a
a shout.